Hey, what's going on, everybody, and welcome to the Real Real Estate Marketing Show. I'm your
Tongue
host.
twister.
I know that is a fucking tongue twister, you guys. I'm your host, Bobby, alongside
Erica.
And Sam.
And you guys, this podcast is where we're going to talk everything about business and marketing, the tools for you to grow your brand in the real estate market, in today's market, because it's a lot different now, especially from when we bought a house, right?
Oh yeah.
From that was a couple
Like
years ago. Yeah, shit is different. Our agent fucking sucked. So shout
I did
out to
most
you.
of the work.
I think what was I don't even remember her name, but
When you guys bought the house?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I did all the work to looking for the house.
So pretty much you were your own real estate.
yeah, we were the only.
Yeah, she just
It
did
was
all
her,
the,
not even
she
me.
just did all the paperwork.
Oh, wow.
The stuff that we do.
That matters.
Yeah. So for sale by owners out there, man, just fucking get an agent to sell it. But all right, you guys. So welcome to the first episode, episode 1. Again, this is where we talk about what is going on in today's market, how you can market your business, your brand, to generate leads, to close deals, and using social media. And that's the biggest thing that we're going to be talking about. Video marketing, social media, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, all these different platforms that are going to help you grow your business and then close some deals. So we're going to do a little backstory and an introduction, because that's kind of what we're doing today, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Episode 1, introduction. So who are we? So my name is Bobby. I am 37 years old. We don't even have to say our age. I don't know why I say that. But are you guys? I started this whole journey about 2.5 years ago. I was in a retail sales call center type of job. Put it this way, I've always only had minimum wage jobs, barely even got any full-time jobs. But fast forward, YouTube changed my life. Started making YouTube videos with my phone, led into a camera, which led into starting a real estate or getting into real estate, shooting contents, just social media content, videos for Instagram. I helped the team build a YouTube channel and started with TikTok. So I started off learning how to dive deep into content, why it's so important. Fast forward, ended up starting a business with my wife, Erica.
That's
and
me.
So, yeah. And I mean, just to give you a quick rundown, that's kind of how it started. 2.5 years ago, I did nothing with cameras, nothing with content, nothing, no editing, no marketing, just sales with previous jobs. But now we run a business, which is Coronado Media, which we handle marketing for social media for the agents. And then we also handle the listing and photography for their the videos and photography for their listings. That's a lot, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's just a quick introduction right there. So that's where we are now. We are now running a business, all three of us. I'll let Erica kind of go into her little spiel. Go for it.
My turn. Okay, so as you know, my name is Erica, and I'm Bobby's wife. We've been married for what? 4 years?
Yeah, 4 years. We're going on.
Wait,
August.
2018.
Yeah, we'll be going into 4 years in August.
Yes, in August. My backstory would be that I was in the dental field for over 20 some years. Ended up doing management for a dental office, and then got pregnant with our last daughter.
Rome, shout out
Rome.
to you, Rome.
And we decided that I was just going to stay home and help out with, the kids and the home stuff, and kind of support him in his journey of what he wanted to accomplish in his life. So
Let's just say her deciding to stay at home, that's hard.
well, not just that.
With all the kids, raising them, and then
It also happened during COVID, so when it right in the middle of COVID, so we had to kind of make that decision.
yeah, I mean, instead of going back to work throughout COVID, she decided, hey, gonna stay, help raise the kids here, and then so she runs all scheduling, all payroll,
Yeah.
all messages and stuff like that. So she's running the business while we're running inside the business, and then she's also taking care of the household. But
Yeah.
yeah,
But
How
it was
was that
it
transition?
was a tough transition because I was used to working my whole life. Well, my whole adult life working, even with the kids, working.
And that's just physical working at a job because
Yeah.
you're still up in the morning answering
Well,
text
no,
messages,
it's harder.
delivering photos.
It's harder to work at home than it is to actually have
It
a
is.
job. It really
It
is.
really
With the
is.
kids,
It
right?
really is.
It is.
Yeah, yeah. So that's Erica, right?
That's
just
my story. Yes. I mean, there's more to it, but for now, that's the gist of it.
as far as the business. What do you do in the business? I know I kind of said that.
In our business, I help out with the scheduling. Basically, I'm HR. What is it? An admin, HR, and taking care of him.
Yeah, yeah. She's like her personal assistant, does like everything. So that's Erica, you guys. It's Sam's turn.
Hey.
What's up, Sam?
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 1. It's funny because you guys know the story.
I know, huh?
But for you guys that don't know,
Repeat.
my previous job before doing this, what I used to do was I used to be a plumber. And prior to that, I've had plenty of multiple jobs in different fields, but all similar in the service technician world industry. And I just never felt like I fit into none of those. I did great. I always excelled, but I felt like something was missing.
Okay.
And the 9 to 5 wasn't, I guess, for me, even though I do a lot more now. But I love it. I wouldn't change it. But yeah, so keep long story short, I used to be technician for every job that I've had pretty much.
Okay.
And then I made the leap of faith. My wife trusted in what I wanted to do, so I joined Coronado Media.
That's important. The wife.
Very
Yes,
important.
You guys,
Very
that is
Wife.
right. I mean, just making sure that your partner, whether it's a husband,
Understands.
Yeah.
ooh, excuse me, sorry, that's the rock star. No, whether or not your wife or husband understands your
Yeah.
goals. And there was a comment earlier. They're like, "Oh, well, not everybody. It's hard for the other person to understand." So you don't need the opposite, your spouse, to fully understand like every detail, but they have to understand what it is you're trying to chase.
Yeah.
Because then it's a lot easier knowing that he's going to be editing for 10 hours overnight because he has to get this project done. And if his wife doesn't understand the importance of that project or in the importance to him, it's going to just look like 10 hours away from them. So there's a huge difference in the communication.
And knowing and pretty much understanding and knowing what you're striving for. Like it's
Yes.
not for nothing.
Well, coming from me, being his wife, not knowing what was going to happen or what,
yeah.
it was all unknown. It was tough in the beginning. It really was, and he knows that.
Yo, you guys, we sold our house. So that's what she's talking about. Like we sold our house and we just went all in. I left the team, went all in with the business. And from there, we were always one client away from not having any work, like at all.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, and I get that part. But I don't know.
Yeah,
Like,
let me just say, I wouldn't commit to the business not necessarily if you wouldn't have done that, but when you told me that, I was like, holy shit, like they're serious, they're about this. And I guess I needed another, like somebody else crazy enough like me. I guess that's what we click because we're fucking crazy. And to do that, I'm like, oh damn, like that push, that's, I guess we can vibe off each other or bounce off each other, like, do this, you can do this, and you can do this too, kind of thing. So that's kudos to that, man.
and it worked. You guys, it fucking worked. Like it really worked, right?
Scary, though.
Yeah, I bet.
That was the scary part. But, I mean, it's worth it. It's scary. It's worth it.
Yeah. So if you are out there and you're looking to make that jump and you need that fucking sign, the sign's probably never going to come. This is the sign. The sign is seeing a post that's kind of telling you, go for it. That's the sign you need. Just take the leap, go for it. But we did everything strategically. Everything was planned out. We just didn't fucking go do it. Just like, all right, no, we laid out everything, thought about everything that can go wrong, made sure all the pieces fit, and then we made that jump. So go after it. It wasn't reckless. Go after what you want, but just make sure like you take some time to figure out that's what you want and put the pieces together and go for it. Because again, yeah, the rewards will come. They will come.
Yeah. So I have a question for you guys. Did you guys have a plan B?
No.
Good.
No,
We did not.
Or something like you guys, they always say make sure you have something to fall back onto, or
No, we had to put everything into it, or else
Yeah.
it wouldn't work. You have to.
We paid off our debt, put the rest of the money into some flips to make some more money, and then no plan B. My plan B was going to ABC college in December, right before I started everything. I was gonna go work with kids. Like, what the fuck? Like, I love kids, but that I thought was my plan B. I was doing YouTube, but then I was like, okay, I just want to do something that's meaningful. And so I signed up, went to college. I was 2.5, so I was 35 years old. Right off the bat was already like, what the fuck? I'm going to college for something. This is only an introduction class. It's not even get me where like to start working.
right?
So that was my plan B. That was my plan B, showing up there, still working at the sales call center job I fucking hated at home. And that was my plan B. And then they wanted me to do a test or like a presentation. And that's where I was like, what the fuck? Like,
No, he stopped. After that, he was like,
I
I'm
didn't-
not going back.
I didn't
was
show
like,
up. I was
"Okay."
the fuck? Like, I'm 35. I'm not doing a presentation. I'm not going to stand up, talk about something and do all this stuff because I felt like I just wanted to, and I knew, okay, there were steps to it. And I just wasn't willing to take those steps because I did not believe in that job personally.
See, this is where I come in. I knew he wasn't going to complete
Yeah.
it. I already knew it, but I let him always do. I always let him do it because he has to know that too. Like, he has to know what he's about. And I kind of knew beforehand that he wasn't made for a 9-to-5, just like you. But
Yeah. So what
he
was
figured it out
what was your initial thought when he came to you
about not wanting to.
about just pretty much doing everything?
It was hard for me. Like I said, it was tough because, as I said, I was working the 9-to-5 manager, and it kind of put not stress, but it was I was worried. I was like, what if we don't do it? Like,
Yeah.
what if we don't make it? But then getting pregnant, and I was like, I'm not gonna sit here and pay thousands of dollars for daycare while I work.
Which is expensive.
You know that.
Yeah.
You had to go through that whole.
And I believed in him because I see his work ethic. Like,
Yeah.
he's go getter.
I
Like,
I think that's
he's
what it takes.
nonstop.
It's the work ethic. That helps her believe that what we're doing is something bigger than just making a video, posting on Instagram, and then hopefully getting paid. No,
Yeah.
we're not even doing that shit anymore. Like, we already passed that part. We're going out there looking for big clients who have big pockets, who are looking to get their message out there. And hey, we're on a hunting trip now.
And the thing about also, like, people tell me all the time, what about the money? Like, what if you guys, I never worried about that with him.
That's cool.
Because he always, like, there's always something else to do. Always something else. There's a different way to make money, and another way, and another way. And we never fell short in that area.
That's awesome.
From
Yeah.
garage sales to furniture flips
Uber.
to
Not
Postmates.
Postmates and DoorDash.
DoorDash to Amazon. You guys, I did all those steps before I even got here to build an actual business. I went through all those stages. Now I run a business. So it took like all those different areas and avenues before I even got to even thinking this is what I wanted. So yeah, that was fucking crazy.
And we started with the small little tiny camera doing our own YouTube videos.
Yeah, and now fast forward, we are
Yeah.
here on a podcast, getting ready to talk about the real estate market, marketing now, what's going on with social media. And so let's whip out the phone real quick, you guys. So that is the introduction. So we won't get more into detail until we start bringing on some guests. And then, we can talk a little bit more about it. But
Well, here it says, starting out, that history proves recession doesn't equal a housing crisis.
so I did see something. Show me the one where it said the 3 steps when pricing a home.
Well, that one was down here somewhere.
This one, the why you need an expert to determine.
No,
No,
it's
it's,
like the home pricing one.
Right here. I have to go here.
So if you guys follow, so agents out there, if you don't follow keepingcurrentmatters.com, you can find them on Instagram, you find them on the website. Just Google it. Okay. It gives you up-to-date news, and then Broke Agent Media also came out with the same thing in their own style. They break it down. I love them as well. They're fucking badass. But so I just want to go back into that because right now on Instagram, on social media, I do see a lot of agents. They do the reposts, and I get it. It's still content, but they're just reposting whatever that company's sharing. Now, that's a great way to start, but when you start reposting, fine, the content isn't really yours. The goal here is to relate that message to your audience in a personal way. So, I mean, how in a personal way would be through video.
Yeah. Your own video. Your own.
Just literally talking about that. And you can do it in multiple ways, but what does it say on there?
Well, it says why pricing your house right matters, and it.
So and that goes into so for a listing agent that's getting ready to meet with like an appointment, they would actually talk about this pricing the house. So we heard about this before when they say, okay, there's some tactics they do underpricing to where they get multiple bids.
Yeah.
It creates like a bidding war, and then it actually goes over what they actually want to get, the goal, and then you have one that what's the second one?
Market value. You price it at market value.
So the comps, a mile and a half in the area will tell you what pretty much the price of the home, depending on whether it's upgraded or not. But that the market will actually tell you what the house is worth. And then what's the third one?
Overpriced, but it says that you may need to drop the price
On that one. So with overprice, now
and
just
it's likely to sit on the market number too.
so what's it saying? May need the price. So that's what happens when you overprice. But what does an overprice look like? I would say when your client or the seller says, oh, I want $580,000 for this house. And then you say, well, the comps say it's 520. I don't care, 580. You're like, okay, cool. There you go. Let's do it. And then what happens? It doesn't sell.
It sits on the market.
Just sits
It
there.
sits on the market. It's overpriced, and that's what they're talking about. Those are the 3 stages. So for marketing, for your TikTok videos, for your Instagram videos, for YouTube, especially with micro content, what are ways that you can turn that into video? What's the topic? Let me see one more time. To say why pricing your house right. Why pricing your house right matters. And you can say let me see actual. So why pricing your house right matters. Here are 3 ways, or here are 3, let me see, underpriced. Here are 3 ways.
To price your house.
Yes. So you could put, here are 3 ways to price your home. And now this can be geared towards like the agent giving information to like the seller. Because, right, and they're going to be like, okay, what the fuck are the 3 ways? And then you hit them with.
Underpriced, market value, or overpriced.
And
Just
you
explain everything.
Explain each one. So here are 3 ways. Here are 3 ways to price your house in 2022.
Yeah.
And then you can go into underprice, and then you just hit like almost like bullet points.
Yeah.
What to say?
It says it decreases your future buying power, and then it leaves money on the table.
So it'd be like, here are 3 ways to price your home in 2022. Underpriced, decreases your future buying power, leaves money on the table by undervaluing your house. Buyers may assume something is wrong. Now, it kind of sounds bad, right? So going into giving those 3 ways to price a house, you're actually now giving the seller value. It's not always have to be good and bad, but that's going to say, okay, well, I don't really want to do that. Okay, here's number 2, market value. Better chance of a bidding war, more likely to get an offer at or above list price, likely to sell quickly. So that one actually sounds pretty good. The seller's gonna be like, that one's it. Because now you already setting yourself up as like a leader. And then number 3, overpriced. May need a price drop, which can raise red flags. So the seller's gonna be like, I don't want that one. Likely to sit on the market longer. High price tag may defer buyers. So just giving, if the agent can just give that into a video format, right there, then be like, okay, they just gave me all 3 steps of how they price. So they just set themselves up as a leader. Man, we gotta get our agents to do that video. Like, what the fuck, man? So you guys see, the whole goal is to use the tool. So these websites are already giving you the information you need. Okay, instead of being like every other fucking agent and just reposting it, you know, and again, that's not bad, but that's also in the lazy stage. You're not making the content, so it's easier just, I don't care, as long as I repost it, that's good enough. But see, that's not. You're in the world of volume right now, and volume and information is what you have to take in consideration when jumping online. Otherwise, you're going to be door knocking and cold calling. Right?
Yeah, and who wants to do that in the heat?
Especially now it's getting hot.
Oh, yesterday was over 100 degrees out here in Palmdale. Like, I don't want to see anyone door knocking in a suit, being all sweaty, especially coming up to my door and being like, out of breath. I got to give you water now. And then hear you talk about the house that I don't want to sell. But if you make a video explaining the 3 ways to price your home, and now you're giving them all different ways so they can make the decision, sets you up as a leader. Not only that, you don't have to go walk around, door knock. You're not hot and tired. None of that takes in consideration. You just let the internet do its thing, hashtag it, put the location, move on to the next piece of content.
Yep.
Boom. And there's your content ideas right there. There's no more of like the whole, what do I post? What do I do?
Yeah.
So what else are they showing on there? What does that one say?
New listing increasing this year. New listings increasing this year.
Okay, so tell them what is it?
Well, basically, it's telling you that the listings are increasing this year, and buyers have more of an option.
So that's a graph. We'll pop it up right here. So the graph is showing you right here the increase during this year already. So
Consistently this year, yeah.
and that is pretty much what to motivate. Is it on the buyer side? What's the details on it?
It says, while this news has clear benefits for buyers who are craving more options for their home search, what does that mean for current homeowners? It gives them 2 distinct opportunities in today's housing market.
You see that? So the website's already giving the information and is breaking it down. All you have to do yourself is read it, understand it, put it in your own words in video form, because they're already giving you the news, the update. But it's you have to be you to relate the message to your audience on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. That part is the important part. Now, share it, put in the story. It's probably going to get lost. You're going to go, how is that personal? Like, they're not being nosy to see you or the person or you talking. They're just seeing a graph, and then it looks like you're selling to them at that point. There's
it's better if you put it in your own words. Make it real.
Yep, I agree. And that's just this one. Go over to, what's the Broke Agent Media? I think I'd probably Google that one, Sam.
Broke Agent Media.
Yeah. Then they break. So again, another website that breaks up the news in their own words already for you. So they pay the dollars already to go to those websites that give you like the market update, because they have the actual numbers and they pay to get all that information, and then they relate it in their own on their website in a blog format.
So they have like the best way to grow your email list, 3 ways to get agent to agent referrals.
So right there, they're already giving you guys content ideas, and these are free.
5 must-dos when growing your team.
And this is Broke Agent Media.
So this is back to the Keeping Current Matters.
Okay, so
This is
we're
actually
okay.
pretty good.
So going back to Keeping Current Matters.
Yeah. So over the last 6 recessions, it's only felt twice. So it says
They're not all the same. Not all recessions are the same.
exactly. So when you hear recession, you think everything's gonna drop.
Like back then, it's going to go back to 2007.
Yes.
We're going to be able to, I still say that shit. Like, we're going to be able to do this and that, but we don't know nothing.
So here, from 1980 to 2020, it's only felt twice in the negatives.
So
Other
right
than
there,
that,
there's information right there to set yourself up as a leader. And all you have to do is take the extra steps and read, understand it. Once you understand it, put in your own words, make a video about it. Because again, the goal is to stay on top of mind with your audience through video, through content, so that when they're ready to buy or sell, You're the agent of choice, as I think Tom Ferry says that shit. You're the agent of choice. You're top of mind. Okay. What else does it say on there? That's pretty much it right there.
Yeah.
Recession. So again, just going off of a piece of content that the information they're giving you, turn it into video.
And in your own
In
words.
your own words.
In your own words, yeah. Even
That's
if you
basically it.
Yeah.
for content,
Yeah.
yeah, that's all it is. We only know so much, especially with like the market, the Feds, the interest rates. Everyone's getting it from like Freddie Mac or whatever. Everyone's getting this information from somewhere, and instead of reposting it, you guys, turn it into a personalized piece of content. Even if you wanted to not do video yet, turn it into a personalized, branded piece of content that you would do with your ideas, like on Canva.
Yeah.
Canva's pretty easy, but that also allows you to do it that way. But skip that, go straight into video. Video is going to be your key. Just jump into it now, get personalized with it so that people are like, oh shit, I didn't know that. So-and-so told me that. Rather than saying, oh, it's just a repost from another company.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
is keep curring matters.
Just tap next when I see those.
Yeah, yeah. You just tap next, and
To
you'll
be
see it.
honest,
Like
yeah.
go on, you just like tap.
And usually stop when you see somebody talking and like, oh,
Yeah.
what do they got to say? If
Yeah.
you see like a post, like, okay, next.
It always
Yeah.
catches your attention. You
So
want something to catch the viewer's attention.
we were talking about that earlier.
Yeah.
I was asking her, I was like, okay, what do you think about this? She was like, it's engaging. It was a Sean Cannell video.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
He did one today, and it was just constantly changing, and it was fun. But it was informational, but it was fun. And I asked her, what do you think about this? It's very
It caught my attention.
Yeah.
caught your attention, engaging. So going into, what's time? We're about 29 seconds.
29 minutes in.
Okay, so we are good to go here. So I don't want to overpower you guys with so much, but I think we're pretty good for episode 1. This is the Real Estate Marketing Show. That's going to fucking mouthful. Yeah. You guys, my name is Bobby, and I'm very grateful to even be here doing this. We have a lot of information that we're learning, we're doing, and in our own business, and we want to share that with you guys, and then bring your stories to the audience, which would be agents. So everything we're going to say is with real estate. To be honest, if you're in any other business, this marketing, you can use it and incorporate it into your
Apply it to
business.
yours.